Let me start with a confession. There are days I am highly motivated, and there are days I'm motivated by coffee, and even that's questionable. Because motivation, bless its heart, is unreliable. It shows up when the music's good, the calendar is light, and nobody needs anything from you before 9 a.m. But real life? Real life doesn't wait for motivation. And here's the truth. Most high achievers eventually discover that motivation fades. Internal necessity doesn't. If you've ever said, I know what I should do, or I just need to get motivated again, or maybe I'll start when things calm down. You're not broken, you're not lazy, and you definitely haven't lost your edge. You're just trying to run on the wrong fuel. Because the people who consistently follow through, the ones who don't drift, delay, or self-sabotage, aren't more motivated. They've raised their necessity. So if you've struggled with motivation to follow through on all those fabulous goals and ideas, I am glad you're here, because today we're going to fix that. Welcome to Goals and Grace, the podcast for accomplished women who are ready to align their ambition with faith and step into their highest potential. I'm Reverend Juliet Spencer, a certified high-performance coach and former pastor, and I'm here to help you break free from imposter syndrome, embrace gratitude, and lead with clarity, purpose, and peace. Each week, I'll share faith-filled encouragement, personal stories, and proven strategies from books like High Performance Habit, as well as from my coaching program, The Purpose and Peace Pathway, to help you achieve success without apology. You'll walk away with tools to lead boldly, live intentionally, and honor the calling on your life. Let's step into our calling together. Don't forget to follow the podcast and share it with a friend who's ready to grow. I've watched this play out over and over in coaching. Two equally capable women, same intelligence, same faith, same full calendar. Sarah keeps circling the same goals for years. Podcast episode never launches, book outline stays trapped in her notes app, and boundaries with family remain unspoken. Rachel moves, sometimes imperfectly, sometimes tired, but always forward. The podcast episode 20 drops. Book chapters stack up, and hard conversations actually happen. The difference isn't discipline, it's not personality, and it's definitely not willpower. It's this inner decision that says, this matters too much for me to keep putting it off. She's raised her necessity. Necessity is the internal fire that says your calling demands it, and your family deserves it. Your faith requires it. Necessity isn't I should, it's I must, because who I become when I show up changes everything. When you raise necessity, motivation becomes irrelevant. Now, don't get me wrong, coffee definitely helps. But necessity wakes you up at 5 a.m. when the alarm feels like betrayal. As Jocko Willink says, discipline equals freedom, but discipline starts with necessity. You must do what must be done, when it must be done, whether you feel like it or not. So, when in the Bible, the book of Daniel shows Daniel facing empire pressure, we see necessity in action. But before we get to the line I want to share with you, let me paint the scene. Daniel is young. He's torn from home, language, and everything familiar, and he's dropped into the Babylonians' empire. And trust me, the Babylonians didn't come to play. Daniel faced new expectations and new success definitions. Enter King Nebuchadnezzar, who summoned Daniel with a glittering offer. Eat from our royal table, bow to the gods of Babylon, and rise to power in my palace. You'll gain the finest education, elite status, and a fast track to leadership. The opportunity dazzled, but beneath the shine lay a clear demand to compromise God's commands. But what's so important, so inspiring, and what's such a powerful lesson today is that it was before the pressure peaks. It says in Scripture, chapter 1, verse 8, but Daniel resolved that he would not defile himself. Wow. Before the pressure was on, Daniel got clarity about what he wanted, and he got clarity on who he wanted to be. That word, resolved, carries the weight here. There was no argument, no speech, just decision. This is who I am, and this is a line I won't cross. That's not motivation waiting for perfect conditions. That's necessity settled before the storm hits. Daniel shows resolve in action. So let's unlock that necessity into 3 anchors that turn intention into unbreakable forward motion. Number 1, identify anchors. Stop saying, I'm trying to be consistent, and start declaring, I'm a faithful leader who follows through. I steward what God entrusts to me. Behavior aligns with identity, resistance crumbles. Quitting, that's not you anymore. You're not forcing it. You're becoming who you already are. Number 2, public commitment, even for private people. You don't need a stage, but you do need at least one trusted person. Tell them, this matters to me. Hold me accountable. I heard something powerful recently. We lose motivation on goals when we have no obvious consequences for failing to fulfill them. Well, no one's knocking down my door if I skip writing my book, or threatening to harm me if I don't drop the next episode of Goals and Grace. So I create consequences. I admit to my accountability partner when I've drifted, and I double down on remembering my why. Because the alternative is to feel that future sting when I haven't fulfilled my goals, when I haven't taken seriously my why, when I've shortchanged my vision and never lived the life God called me to live. Are you drifting now? Are you feeling uncomfortable? Believe it or not, that's the gift. It's growth disguised as gentle pressure. Number 3, deadline stakes. If you don't have a deadline, then your goals stay polite suggestions. So ask yourself, what does delay really cost? Your energy, your peace, your leadership, or maybe your confidence. When not changing hurts more than changing, necessity awakens. And when you put all 3 of these together, wow, a powerhouse recipe for raising necessity. So here's your simple, powerful action this week. Write your why I must statement. Not what you want, not what you should do, but why I must. And you want to do that and write also why this matters now. Even if the full blessing of what you're doing now won't become realized until later, write why this matters now. So finish this sentence. I must do this now because. I must do this now because. I've written my why, and I keep it where I'll see it daily. And you might think, hello, it's your why. Why do you need to be reminded of it? Well, if only that were true. But in my world, in my real life, I do need to raise my necessity every single day. So I need to see my why every single day. After you write your why, then, and this is a crucial step, share it with one trusted person. Intention shared becomes necessity locked in. This is also exactly where coaching changes everything. Coaching doesn't just inspire, it ignites necessity. We name what matters most and build unbreakable structures around it. We crush old drift patterns when life screams the loudest. Coaching turns good intentions into non-negotiable alignment. Your necessity isn't waiting for permission, it's calling you to rise now. And so write that why I must statement today. Share it with somebody, share it with one trusted person, and watch intention become unbreakable alignment. Episode 22 drops next. Prolific output. Focus on what moves the needle. Download episode 20 if you haven't already on goalsandgrace.co. Merci, warriors. Go earn this, my friend. You can raise the necessity. And until next time, God bless.